Charlo trying to close the distance, and he does it effectively with that right hand, making an early statement. And the K9 got bit. He walked into a shot. There's the height and reach for us.
And K9, you know, he's used to being knocked down. This is something that his territory is. You know, he's used to being knocked down, and as you see, Charlo lands a beautiful overhand right.
They'll never fight each other. They should maybe switch the trunks up and put the other guy's name on. Another big shot. Knockdown number 2. And Bundrage, the water gets deeper. Oh, a jab for a knockdown.
Wow. And that's something definitely to be concerned about. You know, you got a guy strong, sharp, and long at that, such as Charlo. You know, you got
160 pounds.
Ooh.
Good left hook, and Bundrage in trouble, and Charlo is on the verge of a title. 3 knockdowns. He jumped on that one like a veteran. Knockdown number 1 of this round, setting it up. He had a knockdown in rounds 1 and 2. The dilemma if you're Bundrage, if you stay outside, you get eaten alive by the jab. If you do that, you get knocked down by the right hand. Number 4, and it's over. Referee has seen enough. The new champion, as cool and composed as you can be.
Like you said, the jab has been beautiful all night. He's been landing that jab at will. So what he did was he threw the jab out halfway and got that right hand over the top and knocked him out. Beautiful shot, classic.
The jab was meant as a decoy in that.
Yeah, when he runs out of room, he's done a good job of smothering Charlo. Charlo's gonna have to. Oh, nice
right uppercut by Centeno again, trying to score with another one on the inside before getting backed up by Charlo. Charlo just misses with the right cross.
Centeno got trying that uppercut. He got too enamored with it and got countered with the right hand by Charlo. Then a clash of heads didn't help him. So the right hand started the problem. And then, well, yet another. So it wasn't just the left hook, but I think this left hook is the one that really did the damage.
There inside the glove, and that really hurt.
Yeah, that's the one that did most of the damage.
And sharp adjustment by Charlo to throw it inside the glove, because Centeno was put his right hand up to block that left hook.
Right.
But Charlo, good adjustment to throw the hook just shorter so that he can throw it inside the glove.
Yeah, that's a great combination. There's the uppercut. You got to be careful when you throw that punch from too far out. That's exactly what he did, and he was countered.
Now he's still good here, but now watch. He's going to put his right hand up to block it. Not yet. Right there. See, he's blocking, he's throwing it right there. Real smart adjustment by Charlo. You know, brings back a memory for me. Miguel Cotto was doing that to me when I fought him. I was really wary of his left hook, and I put out my right hand, and a couple of times he would throw that hook inside the glove, just like that.
Good point.
Real sharp observation from Charlo in the moment, too, you know?
And here you see it very well, and you're right.
Centeno's doing what he's supposed to do. If he's inside that pocket, he's got to keep his hand in good position. Great adjustment by Charlo on the fly. And that's what ended the fight. That hook right there.
Yeah.
Athletic chest, left hook. That was blocked, it looked like, by, and a jab that puts Julian Williams on the canvas. Oh my, he's stunned. Julian Williams is at the limits here. And a left hook, and it stuns. The uppercut. The right uppercut puts Julian Williams on the canvas. Oh my goodness. And let's take a look at the end of the fight. We'll get to everything that happened. It was an uppercut. Julian left himself open, face first. He collapsed on the canvas. Let's take a look at the end of the fight as Wayne Hatchpath waved it off. And Julian Williams is going to leave the ring to get some medical attention. Let's take a look at the knockdown. Julian Williams with the right hand that missed, and it was that sharp right uppercut putting Williams face first, wobbled him, and he just crumbled to the canvas. applying the pressure, a right hand on the arms, and Charlo just really poured it on at this point, believing he could get Julian Williams out of there. Left hook that stunned him, followed by a clubbing right hand, a left hook, and he going to the canvas, and Wayne Chathbat didn't even need to make a count and waved off the fight. Now we'll send it up to the ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., to make it official. Well, let's take a look one more time at the end of the fight. The left hook, and Williams left himself open, and Charlo was just hammering him with every opening he saw. An overhand right that got on the arms, but you could tell it took an effect to Julian Williams, followed by that left hook, and Charlo was just in attack mode at that point. Down goes Julian Williams, and Charlo knew that the fight was over at that point.
Under a minute left in the opening round, Heiland has scored 8 knockdowns in his last 5 fights, including one in his career-best victory that came November 2014 in Ireland against former 2-time European middleweight champion Matvey, whom he stopped in the 10th. Well-versed in the sweet science under the tutelage of Ronnie Shields, the 59-year-old former number 11. Heiland down.
5, 6, 7. Hey, stay in there. This full round is astonishing as we look at the punishment that he took. That's the first knock. That was the knockdown. And that came when that was done. There was a lot of time left in that round. The uppercut by Charlo, which we alluded to at the beginning of this fight, the one that he used to knock out Julian Jackson.
And Charlo smelling victory after knocking down Heiland for the 6th time in his career. Charlo with more game than esports and proving to be a button smasher here against Heiland in round 2. Less than a minute remaining in the second round. Real hard jab for Charlo. Oh, nails Heiland with a right hand. Heiland along the ropes, but valiantly trying to stay in this fight. Final 15 seconds of the second round, a round in which Charlo dropped Heiland, and Heiland still on unsteady legs in the final seconds of the round.
Really evident. He feels he's ready to make a statement in this division now. He'll fight better fighters than Heiland as he goes forward.
Couple of right uppercuts, and then Heiland wobbled by another right hand. He's already been down once in the fight.
See Charlo put an end to this fight, and he was, as Paulie said, very disciplined in the way he did everything.
If he couldn't catch himself on that left foot, watch how he steps over on that left foot. He's going straight down because he can't get any more weight on the left foot. That's it. His blood just gave out. And if we see that again, we'll see it.
Yeah, and that punch wasn't even one of the harder ones that Charlo has thrown. So clearly, that was part of the issue. That along with Charlo's superb technique. And there's the left hand lands. And you're right. When he went to get
as soon as he stepped with that left foot, he went straight down. Because his leg couldn't hold up the weight anymore.
And it's an impressive win for Charlo. And no matter what, his performance was excellent. It's a shame, though, for Heiland that injury impaired him so much.
So Sebastian Heiland gets stopped for the first time in his career. And this is 36th professional outing.
We have one more look at this to show that the left hook of Charlo was a very effective weapon, and that was a hard punch no matter what. But he landed hard, actually. But the balance, the left foot just wouldn't hold him, and there was no reason for this fight to continue at that point, and it didn't.
to echo what Abner said earlier about the twin brothers, the Charlo twins, reuniting. They've always been each other's biggest fan in a lot of ways, but they can be rivals. They can push each other's buttons. It's heartwarming to see the love rekindle between them, knowing that they're both on the comeback trail.
The buckle did not go down, but was hurt by that shot from Charlo. 15 seconds left here in the fourth frame. Canvas after the left.
It didn't seem like it did. It buckled him, definitely. No.
Good body shot by Korobov. And there's a good snapping lead right hand by Charlo. For Korobov in the stamina department. He just got nailed for the second time in this round. Against a very gritty and determined Matt Korobov as the walk came up after round 8. And he's almost driven into a wall here by Charlo. Manifesting itself in bigger ways. As he tees off with a body shot, left hook. Referee may have a decision to make. Bear in mind, this guy hasn't been this distance, and he's getting hammered.
A self-inflicted injury, and it was a TKO for Charles Martin, who won the IBF heavyweight title.
Oh, and there's a left uppercut that sends Hogan rolling backwards.
They said the uppercut was what they were worried about. That's kind of a half hook, half uppercut.
Ring of truth. This is where you find out the truth about who you are. And who Hogan is down for the third time in his career.
6, 7, 8. Walk to me. Step to me. No.
And for the first time in his career, Dennis Hogan has been stopped. Jermall Charlo.
Left hook. It's actually just a lead-off left hook, I think, without anything preceding it or... There, he feinted like he was going to throw a jab.
Combination, jab is parried by Derevyanchenko, so tactical start, double jab, an effective start for Jermall Charlo. Good right hand by Derevyanchenko at the end of the round.
Let's take a look at the keys to victory.
Charlo picking apart Derevyanchenko, may have hurt him there. Derevyanchenko stumbled. And Derevyanchenko may have been saved by the bell. Balboa, watch out. Oh, good stuff on the inside.
Yeah, this is really fun to watch. Both men doing good work.
Professional career, a lot of those rounds, championship rounds like tonight, as he hits another jab from the champion Jermall Charlo, momentarily staggered with that left.
He doesn't want to stay in there with Derevyanchenko. He's making this fight entertaining, yes, but a more difficult fight for him.
I don't know, this last moment here, Charlo, Derevyanchenko a little off balance.
A lot of head hunting from both fighters. I would like to see a little bit more body work from both. Great uppercut there by Jermall.
Double jab scores for Charlo. Oh, the right cross, buckled the knee of Derevyanchenko. That power is always there for Jermall Charlo. Our unofficial scorecard belonging to Steve Farhood. There's a nice straight right cross that scores for Charlo.
Charlo's controlling the geography of this round. He's starting to feint again. He stopped feinting Derevyanchenko. He stopped jabbing and feinting, which made it harder for him to get on the inside. He's starting to do both of those. Let's see if it helps him. He's trying.
Left uppercut countered by Charlo. Goes downstairs.
There you go, there you
There's
go.
a right hand to the body. Left hook upstairs by Charlo. Montiel staying in the pocket, going to the body, and he's just missing with the right hook. Charlo.
Get that jab going.
Looks like this crowd is just ready to explode. If Charlo's able to make contact, they stumble, stepped on each other. I think Charlo stepped on Montiel's foot there and stumbled. Well, and Montiel may pay for the gamesmanship, putting himself on the ropes and poking the proverbial bear, as it were, here as Charlo again works behind the jab. There's a right hand that lands, gets the attention of Montiel. Montiel trying to parry the jab. There's a left hand from the southpaw. There's a left hand lands. Nice left hook to the body by Charlo, and that forces Montiel to momentarily go back, and now Charlo beginning to
And it was Charlo using the jab. They actually exchanged good jabs, and then Charlo going downstairs with the hook to the body. Partially blocked by, and, you know, Charlo was trying to show power early in that round. Right hand getting there. And this was a good power exchange in which Charlo did get some pretty good punches, including that straight right.
Goes back to work behind the jab, dictating the pace and the terms of this fight. Cuffing right hand lands for the champion. There's a jab from the southpaw Montiel that scores.
In a way of Montiel trying to get him off his game again, the switches. Switching southpaw, switching right hand. But he's got to be careful. He's got to do it again in a distance where he doesn't get countered by Jermall.
Charlo has not quite yet been able to get that straight right in the way he likes. That was a nice one to the body. But that's the money punch, I think, for him in this fight.
Now the right hand through the guard by Charlo, but a counter right lands for Montiel before the left hits the jaw of Montiel.
Montiel has been taking some shots from Charlo, but keeps coming forward.
The power of Charlo here in round 4. 45 seconds left in the round. Combinations now being put together by Charlo. Lead left uppercut lands for Montiel. And a right. Both go to the body. Round number 5 underway. Charlo going back to the jab, beautifully placed. Couple of left hooks. One to the liver, one upstairs to the side of Montiel's face.
Now, I would like to see
He's stunned with the right hand. And we talked about the fact that that was the money punch for him in this fight. And he really went home, and then he went after Montiel, trying to get him out of there. Montiel is clearly in.
Montiel utilizing his footwork and eats that shot to the midsection.
The power punches, you know, landing at 37% for Charlo, and Montiel has done virtually nothing with his power punches. Centeno landed 48% of his power punches against Montiel.
Final minute of the third. Charlo with a couple of left hands that find the target. Lead right splits the guard of Montiel. Inability to land the big fish at 160. The combined record of his last 9 opponents, 218, 15, and 4. So taking care of business. Nice right hand to the body and a left upstairs by Charlo as Montiel tries to land the left uppercut.
Well, it would help if they told him to fight the right way, which is a right hand. That would be a
Charlo, 2 minutes left in the 6th, and Montiel appears to be
Charlo's getting through this round hurt with only 15 or 20 seconds left in the round.
Montiel's only been getting once in the While he's way behind, he is showing guts, but his balance seems to be off. His stance is not on point.
Montiel has only thrown 15 punches in this round, so he's very fatigued.
He got caught with that right hand from Charlo, but then the left hook and a left from Montiel. Final seconds of the 7th. Charlo continues to attack the body and the head. Round number 8 scheduled for 12 for Jermall Charlo's 160-pound title. An unheralded challenger, Juan Montiel, throwing himself off balance there, but remains in front of Charlo and eating these thunderous shots from the champion.
Montiel might not have been in a chance to win this fight in any case, but he reduced his chances to almost 0 by fighting as a lefty this whole fight. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Exactly.
Montiel was dropped and stopped by at 147 pounds. Now here at 160. A minute and a half left in the 8th. Eats another shot to the body from Charlo, but then Montiel goes over the top with a short right hand. Happening here now. Charlo pulls him with the left.
You know, Jermall Charlo's more than likely winning every single round in this fight, and he's performed exceedingly well. Montiel has just been courageous and has had some good offensive
Let me know if he doesn't get the knockout. What's going to be happening on social media and in the court of public opinion. But I agree, this is why they fight the fights out. Charlo looking to reset. Delivers the jab, eats a left hook upstairs, and Montiel. Left hook, exchange shots. 30 seconds left here in the 9th round. Double jab by Charlo. Right hand down the middle, and Montiel just eats it.
So clearly he has a lot more experience going this distance. Nice left hook by Montiel.
1-2 combination through the guard for Charlo. Montiel continues to walk forward. How many people thought that unheralded challenger Juan Montiel would make it to the championship rounds against Jermall Charlo?
And be exchanging with him like this.
There's the deal. Unofficial score, Steve. Farhood has Charlo pitching a shot up on Montiel. Coming on here. He's the man.